Yo, welcome back everyone. It's another Stu42 Minecraft video. In front of me, we have some cotton plants. I thought for this episode I would get the string component sorted. I remembered in the last episode that I'm going to need string, so I thought, why not get started with some string? I think cotton's probably the way I'm going to do it. I want to keep, I want to keep the Magic Island theme going, so cotton and golems are probably going to be the go. So what I think I was going to do is I'm using an AE system to sort of manage the whole bees thing um, down along here, and there was the tank that we built last time. So I don't really want to install an assembly chamber for this, just to build string out of cotton. So first steps first, I think we need to get the cotton harvesting and coming down to here with our golems, which means I think we're going to need a harvest golem and a gather golem to get those two done. So let me just turn my night vision on. I've done a bit of pre-work. I know that right on this spot, if I dig straight up, I should come out right where I wanted to. Yep, which is right there. So what I'm planning on doing is I'll get some ME cable, I'll put an ME interface on the top of here, and then hopefully I'll be able to connect the golem up to the interface to drop into it. We'll see how we go with that though. I've planted some already just to sort of get it underway and see how this works. So what are we going to need? We're going to need some ME cable in my main system. I did get a bunch of stone hose ready. I figured out that for one of the cores I needed Mises and Mato, I think it is. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing those right. One's the little sickle thing, and one is the wheat symbol. So actually, I'll show you that going. So I did a little run before, making sure that this guy, and he started choosing this one to put 8 into. And I figure if I just put one bit of wood and then try and click each one as it uses up. Hopefully we'll get all 5 in there. And yes, I left an extra bit of wood in there. Oh well. So yeah, he's happily 13 of those. How many have we got? 15. I just need 16. So each one, and that's enough, that's 18. So for the harvest core, at least, you need 5 of this and 5 of the one that looks like wheat, which I don't think I have any of. So I was thinking that if I use a vial of 2 of these, which would give me 16, I could make 3 cores out of it and only have 1 left over, so I'm only wasting 1. But I do need to have, I'll need to put some wheat in there as well to make the cores. I think I actually have some cores already made, so this might be a little bit of a pointless exercise, but I thought I'd just show you my thinking behind what I'm doing with this anyway. So he's going to start carrying. Yep, so there. So yeah, I didn't have any before. He would have chosen 1 if I already had it, because he prefers a labeled jar. Oh wow, and we're also putting in, I mustn't have had that before either, Fames, I think it is, the hunger. Alright, well I'm going to have some of that spare as well then. Alright, we'll leave that going, that's going to be fine. So, we're going to need some ME cable and an interface. I have, this should be all rigged up to give me, yeah, I've got a bunch of cable in there already. ME interface, I think I have a pattern, yep, a pattern for, so craft one of those. And then we need, what else do we need? We don't need that, we don't need that. Cotton seeds, no, not yet. Okay, there's our interface. Need a couple of golems. Now I'm not sure what golems to use for this. I've got some in here. So I think I have a, yeah, I have a gather core, and I have a harvest core, and I have flesh golems. Maybe flesh golems, they're pretty fast. A wood golem. Maybe I'll make one wood. I'll use one wood and one flesh just because I can then keep them apart. Where is my bell? There is the bell. What are those? No. Maybe I'll put a slight upgrade on those eventually. Okay, so first things first, let's get some. Hopefully 40 is enough. Should be. Oops. Okay, and our interface can go on top. I actually wonder if I can recess that in. I might give that a go actually. I'm not sure if I can get a golem to do that. If I shit. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he seems to be looking at it. Okay, now he was going to be the harvest one. And this guy is going to be the... Oh, it looks like I can put them both. I can't wood golem. I can't focus on the other one though. Oh, there we go. We'll just push them out of the way until we get them done. Okay, so they're going to hopefully gather some of that once that one looks like it's going to be ripe soonish. We'll leave them there. Hopefully we'll end up with some cotton coming out of them shortly while we run down and hook up the cable. So we want... Alright, I made that a bit high, but that's okay. Oh. That's a bit random. I might try and fill that in at some point. Okay, so for now, that's okay. I'm going to ignore the fact that that big hole is there. I'll be able to come back and cover that in from the other side anyway. It doesn't look like it goes anywhere. Alright, so we are now hooked up. Alright, so that's pretty much it, I think, for getting the cotton in. The next thing we're going to want to do is have a way of getting it made into string. So I thought we'd use this auto workbench to do that. I happen to have a couple made already. Where do we want to go? So I'm going to need an import and export bus. Probably just basic ones. I don't think we need anything too crazy. Basic export, one of those, and basic import, one of those. Wait for the system to do its thing. It's one of them, and one of them. Doesn't take too long for the system to craft all the bits and pieces necessary. I have most of the things, like the processes, that take a bunch of time. As you might have noticed there, I had a few of them already pre-made. Now I might put string over here. Now I've never used one of these before. I've never used this auto workbench, so I don't really know what I'm in for. I think you guys are gonna see firsthand me trying to figure out what's going on. I don't think I wanted to do that. Potentially... Potentially I want... Now if it's like most things, we'll want to have the input bus on the back. So importing from the side. I like to hide things as much as I can, so let's import from the side and export from this side, from the top, maybe from the top. Although, Yeah, from the top, I'm liking the top more and more. That's not the right cable. So cable there should be going up. This one, where is my power fist? And export from the top, I would guess that that's what it is. So I'm going to need to get some smooth stone to fix up the gaps I just left. And then we just need to plant some more. Oh yeah, I've got a few of that left. And then we just need to plant some more cotton up the top to make sure we'll have enough growing to hopefully cope with it. We may want to have some site upgrades in those golems as well. So we have wow, 16,000 honey. I'm gonna have to do something with my honey. Okay, let's go upstairs and make sure the cotton side of things is looking good. Well, they're still standing around like idiots. Let's just, and I know I haven't got any water or anything put down for these. I'm trying to leave the sort of terraced nature of it all laid out the way it is. I know I keep saying this, but I do really want to keep this island to be sort of as natural on top as I can. I've cut down very few trees. I cut down a couple of trees here because this is where I'm planning on hopefully growing my chestnut trees, which I'm still not entirely sure I will either cut down or maybe harvest. But if I cut them, I can use the wood to help make the impregnated sticks as well. So I may just cut them all down completely. Now these aren't going to obviously grow while I'm on camera. Not very fast anyway. I'm not quite sure what the range of these golems are. I think it's within 16 blocks by default. The bit that I'm not so clear on is whether it's 8 in each direction, so 16 total, or whether it's 16 in each direction. I have a feeling it's only 16 in each direction, so if they're bound to this, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so it should, even if it goes 8 in each direction, we're way out to here. So I might just keep, actually what I'll do, we'll do an experiment. We'll do a little experiment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that can be our couple of experimental rows there. We don't want, speaking of rows. And we'll see which ones actually grow, or which ones get picked rather, is what we're going to look at. I may put some water down as well. This is really almost a proof of concept. I've never had to do this before. And normally in every other server iteration that we've had MFR. I think I'm going to have to stop that sheep from walking all over them. We may have to fence this in. Or put some warding blocks down or something. Okay, so in order to test this, we're going to need a few things. I'm going to need to test the crafting bit. So let's grab, I think I've probably got some cotton in here. Yes, 18 cotton. Let's just grab some of that. And I'm going to need some bone meal. I'm going to cheat a little bit to try and get some of these growing. There we go. One's grown. No? Oh, I picked it accidentally. Alright, so he's dropping it. Guys picked it up. put it in. Okay, this is looking pretty hopeful except for the range upgrade. I'm definitely going to need to put some sort of range upgrade in these guys, as they don't seem to be getting out this far. I'm accidentally picking up the cotton as well, so that's no good. Alright, well bone meal works really well on cotton. Okay, so let's now go and check our crafting setup and the AE setup. So we have cotton coming in, yep, cool. What is the pattern for string? Across the top? Yep, across the top. And then all we need is to set that to export. Okay, this might be a problem. It's fairly slow. And it's not going to start making another one until it takes the previous one. Okay, this is a little bit worrying. I may need to set up 2 of these just to cope with the amount. We'll see. Although a frame only needs 1 piece of string in the middle and then surrounded by impregnated sticks. It's really the sticks that are the problem. But yeah, it's going. I mean, the proof of concept is working. Apart from tweaking this and maybe needing 2 of these, I may also need to put a advanced import bus, or the precise import bus on the back, just to speed it up. Although it took that one pretty quickly. I think once it gets going. But yes, that is very slow. Alright, so what I'm going to do, that's looking good, that's looking good. I've got a lot of time, or a lot of way to go before I can get it all working anyway. I just thought I'd preload a bunch of string there. The other thing I'm going to need is, where is that site upgrade? Entropy, no, water. Water is golden nuggets around a water shard. So what I'm going to do is quickly make some of those. Let's just make sure I have some gold. Now, I haven't moved all of my Thorncraft yet either. So I know in a previous episode I moved a bunch of this stuff. Water shard, let's just grab some of them. I moved a bunch of this stuff, but I haven't quite moved all of it yet. I've done a little bit extra since last time on the video. I added myself an enchantment table. I've also managed to move some silverwood logs that have the aura nodes in them. Now this is a little bit cheaty. I tried moving an aura node using the node in a jar, and that just didn't work. I brought one over and it worked, but it didn't recharge after that. I think I destroyed the node in the process. Normally you can't destroy silverwood logs or move them if they're part of the tree, but you'll notice all of these logs are facing sideways. And I found that if the nodes had spawned in trees further up the tree and were in a sideways log, like out on a branch, you could actually use either the gravity gun or a portal gun to grab the block and move it, and once you can move the block, the aura node comes with it. So I've got my pedestal under here, and I can recharge my wand with most of the aspects. I don't have water and air. I think I'm missing, so I'm still going to have to do something like that. But in the meantime, that works pretty well. So anyway, before I went off on that horrible tangent, we haven't got all of my Thorncraft stuff moved, is what I'm getting at, which means I'm going to have to run back through my portal to the old Thorncraft room and over to the table to make it. So we're going to need, let's just make a few of those. So we're going to need water shards. Let's just throw those around. Where is my wand? There's my wand. So let's have one of them. So let's just, why not? Why not? Let's make all of them. Grab the wand back out. So as I said, water is the one thing that I sorry, two things. Water and air I don't have, so I'm not going to be able to recharge that wand until I go and find myself a water node somewhere. Now I want to make sure I only put one in each golem. So let's... I really need to get rid of that sheep. So if I put one in you and one in you. Where's he going to go now? All the way to there. Needs another one. And the wooden golem can only have one upgrade. So that's as far as he's going to go. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 blocks. Not good enough, I'm afraid. Not good enough. 5 blocks is still... Yeah, I suppose it's okay. I'm not overly thrilled about that. I don't think that's going to be anywhere near enough. The impregnated sticks and the string that you go through for frames for bees is pretty insane. Every time I've done it in the past, I've really needed a lot of this stuff running. Well, so he's not looking up the hill. Oh, yes, he is. And he is looking all the way up. Is he going to pick that other one up? Yes, alright. Alright, so cool. That's getting there. Let's just bone meal a few more of these. Oh, is this one out in the corner enough? Yep. Okay, cool. So I think that's pretty much it. Probably a good time to wrap this one up. There's a few tweaks I probably need to do to this part of it, given that, yeah, even though I did bone meal them though, but we will see if that keeps up. Still waiting for more cotton. And how much have we got so far? 9. So there's 9 frames. 6 frames. So I'm going to be using 12 frames at a time, depending if I want to fill all 6 frame blocks in the alvearies. But that's good. That's a pretty good proof of concept so far in terms of getting some strings sorted. Just need to block this in. And some there. That'll do for now. Alright, so yeah, strings sorted. Next episode, we'll see how the tree breeding is going. I think I've left them for a little while. The episode before this one, I planted some silver lime and a bunch of other things, and they've been happily going now for quite a while. So next time we'll check on those. But for now, string is sorted. One piece of our frames puzzle done. As always, thanks for watching.